Hey, Blue Group friends. I wanted to leave you a little message here this morning because we are starting back hybrid. So I'm in the classroom with the Orange Group, and I wanted to make sure that I went over everything that you need to do because you're on your at home learning day. Okay, so the first thing I want to make sure that you guys do when you log in first thing in the morning is make sure you read the Google Classroom announcement. Now, obviously, I don't have this posted yet because it's not ready to go with the morning announcements and everything. I won't get them until Monday morning from Mr. Saul. But you can see here on the screen the beginning of what our daily announcement is going to be on today, Tuesday. So there'll be a link there for you to listen to Mr. Saul's morning announcements. So you make sure you don't miss any joke of the day or any great information that they're giving at the school. And you'll also, like we always have, we have the link there for the daily assignment slide. Okay. Make sure you read this announcement every day. Because if you missed any assignments the day before, I will have those listed with your name just to make sure we try to keep everybody on track. And also make sure when you go into Google Classroom every day, if you see that little black box at the top that says update your stream, that you click that because sometimes when we just shut the laptop on our Chromebook and then open it up the next day, it doesn't give your Chromebook a chance to refresh and get the new announcement. So always make sure when you log in and you go to the Google Classroom announcement, make sure that it's the right date and day at the top. You can say, I always put the day of the week and I always put the date. So today is Tuesday, February 16th, 2020. Just like when we were virtual, at the bottom of your daily announcement every day, there's a link for Clever just in case you need it. The weekly assignment slides in case you're absent and you need to go back, or if you know you're going to be absent and you want to look forward, you can go in there and see what you're going to be doing for the entire week. There's also the Unit 3 Week 1 slide, which is our language arts slide. You can go in there, watch videos, and study your spelling words and your vocabulary strategies and your reading strategies and your grammar skills that we're learning for the week. There are lots of great resources in those slides that you guys can look at whenever you like to. And a lot of times I will take those slides and individually link them into the daily assignment slides when I want to make sure you watch a video or see the information that's in the slide. Always have a link for DeFelice virtual classroom. In that classroom is where you can find a lot of information about our class. Like if you click on the clock, it gives you our Wednesday virtual schedule. If you click on the calendar, obviously it gives you a calendar of the entire school year, friends' birthdays, holidays, things like that. If you click on the bookshelf, wonderful things when you click on the bookshelf. There are tons and tons of books that you can listen to and read along with, especially now that we're back in school. We're going to go back to that Pizza Hut reading challenge. So if you want to fill that out, the form that's in your black take home folder, and bring it back to me. After every 10 books now, because we got kind of interrupted in the middle of the year, and I have a lot of coupons. After every 10 books that you read, you have to fill out one of those little boxes on that form where it's going to ask you a question about the story. That's just for me to check and make sure that you actually read the story. After every 10 books that you read, I will give you a coupon. So in that Pizza Hut coupon packet that you'll get in your black take-home folder, there's actually room in there for you to read 20 books. So fill that up, bring it back to me, and you'll actually get 2 Pizza Hut coupons because 1 coupon for every 10 books. I'll go over that again with you more when you're in the class with me on Thursday. You can also use books on RazKids. You can also use books on Epic. You can use our story of the week. You can use any books that you have at home. If you love Diary of a Wimpy Kid and you're reading that, you can definitely use one of those books. And then I'm not sure if you remember, but if you're reading a chapter book, one chapter does count as a book, but you still have to fill out one of those boxes for each of the chapters that you read. And those boxes go over lots of different reading comprehension strategies about characterization and setting and main idea and different things like that. So it's just a way of you getting more reading practice, and you can earn free pizza in the meantime. See what else is in the DeFelice virtual classroom. If you click on the birthday hat that's on Drake's head, it will take you into our birthday slides and you can see whose birthday is in what month. And then if you click on the butterfly in the tree, that will take you way back to September when we did our monarch butterfly in our classroom. And there's videos in there and books that you can learn about and all kinds of things. If you haven't gone into the DFelice virtual classroom, there's tons of cool things in there. You just got to get in there and start clicking around and see what's at your disposal. The last thing there that's linked every day is the multiplication tables. Just there for you if you want to practice your multiplication. I know we do extra math every day, we do Zearn every day, but if you're like, man, I really want to work on my multiplication facts, that's there for you every day that you can go to it. All right, so you've come in, you've read the daily announcement. You made sure you listened to Mr. Saul's morning announcements. If there was any videos or messages from me, you're good to go. So you're going to click on the daily assignment slide, and this is going to pop up. Okay, so you guys are blue because I'm in the classroom with orange. So you guys know to look in the blue box, okay? And everything that you need to do today is listed there, okay? Remember, when you were on an at-home learning day, the only way I can count you for attendance is if your assignments are completed by 4 o'clock, okay? Do your best to get it done by 4 o'clock because as soon as Orange Group leaves, I'm going to go in, I'm going to check and make sure your extra math is done. I'm going to make sure that your Zearn is done. I'm going to make sure that your Reading Street reading assignment is done. I'm going to talk about that in just a moment. And then if there's anything else that has been assigned for the day, I will go in and check it. If your work is done, I will mark you that you were in school that day, even though you're at home. If your work's not done, then I'm going to write that down. I might have to mark you absent. I mean, at least if you have something done, I can say, hey, they at least started to work on something, like they got their Zearn done, they got their extra math done. You know, maybe they didn't get to their Edmentum yet, but at least they were doing some work so I could mark you that you were here in school that day. So you can see there for today, you were going to do your extra math. Now, anybody that was on addition, I've pushed them forward to subtraction now. So if you were already on subtraction, you're still on subtraction. My handful of friends that have already moved on to multiplication, you're still working on multiplication. But I had a lot of friends that got stuck on addition. They haven't really been progressing or going any further. Well, we're running out of the school year. So wherever you were in addition, we just stopped and now you are going on to subtraction. I'm going to have you work on subtraction until the end of marking period 3. And then marking period 4, I'm going to push you on to multiplication because next year for 4th grade, multiplication is going to be super duper important. Everything that we do in 4th grade, just about everything we do in 4th grade, your multiplication tables is the foundation. So if you know your multiplication tables, 4th grade math is not going to be hard for you. But if you have to sit there and draw circles and draw, dots in the circles so you can figure out what 8 times 6 is, you're going to struggle a little bit. So the more you could start learning your multiplication facts now, the better you're going to be for 4th grade. And if you guys are with me next year for 4th grade, I want you guys studying over the summer and ready to rock and roll when we come into 4th grade into September. Okay. But anyway, that's down the road a little bit. So extra math, make sure you start doing it every single day. I would love for everybody to graduate out of subtraction before the 4th marking period, which would be awesome. Okay. And I don't have to push you forward to multiplication. We're still going to keep doing our handwriting book. Today, you're doing page 97, and there is a video there. So in your blue box where you see the orange, okay, and it's underlined, if it's orange and underlined, there's a link there. Click on it. For when we get to language arts right there in orange, I did highlight that because I wanted to make sure that you guys saw it, but there's no line under it, so it's not a link. But again, we'll talk about language arts in just a second. So watch the video, do page 97 in your handwriting book. Zearn, still going to do one Zearn lesson every day, regardless if you're in school with me or at home. Okay, so you can see today we're doing Zearn lesson 3 Orange group is getting the lesson with me in the classroom, but you guys will not be getting the lesson from me. But there is a video there with Mrs. Walker that you guys can watch. I highly recommend watching the video, working along with her, just like you would be working along with me if we were virtual or if you were in the classroom, and then do your lesson 3. Okay? So now let's talk language arts on your at-home days. We've been working a lot with those CCR reading tests. Okay. We're getting better, but we're not great. And I've been trying to do the 3rd grade level reading stuff with you, but I want you guys to start experiencing these CCR style reading passages on your own. So every day that you're at home, you guys are normally home Monday and Tuesday. Okay. Each day you will be assigned a 2nd grade CCR reading practice passage in Reading Street. Okay. And it is going to be graded. I am going to use this as your language arts grade every day for your at home days. So remember how to get to Reading Street. Go to Clever, click on Reading Street, and then whatever the name of the CCR practice passage that I want you to do will be right there. Today, you guys are going to do one called the Twin Club. Okay, so when you go into Reading Street, click on the Twin Club CCR practice passage, read that story, do the 6 questions, part A, part B, and just start working on all those strategies that we've been learning since September so that, again, when we come into 4th grade next year and we start doing CCR tests, you guys are going to be excellent with them. In addition to a CCR reading passage practice that you're going to do every day on your at-home day, I'll usually have Spelling City linked there. One day you can work on your spelling. One day you can work on your vocabulary. Okay. And remember that all language arts testing will now be done in the classroom on one of our face-to-face days. So we'll do the CCR, the vocab, and the spelling test together in the classroom when you're with me. Edmentum. We're still going to continue doing Edmentum. Remember, Edmentum is very important because it's filling in all those little gaps of learning that we've had since all this COVID stuff's been going on. And we're going to maintain the days that we've been doing. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you're going to do Edmentum reading. Tuesday, Thursday, you're going to do Edmentum math. Now, I know it says 30 minutes there, but I really want you guys to focus on completing full lessons. So when you go into Edmentum, you'll see the name of the lesson at the top. And usually there's like part 1, part 2, part 3. Every once in a while, you might have a lesson that only has part 1 and part 2. And very rarely, you might have a lesson where there's only like a quick little video to watch. Try to focus on lesson completion when you're home. If you go in today into your Edmentum math and you have a lesson there and there's 3 parts, part 1, part 2, part 3, do that entire lesson and then stop for the day. Okay. If you go in there and the lesson you have only has 1 part, then maybe do that lesson and the next lesson, and then you can stop for the day. Okay. The reason I put 30 minutes there is because when we're in the classroom, I have a 30-minute window for you to work on your Edmentum. But when you're home, I don't want you just logging on and letting 30 minutes go by and you're not really doing any work. I would rather you go in and complete 1 full lesson every day because, again, it's going to fill in those gaps that you need that we have with all this COVID nonsense. So then, again, next year when we walk into 4th grade, we're going to be on level. Okay, and for social studies this week, social studies is going to be a little bit different, but I didn't want to start this first week off with it. I will explain about Scholastic News when you come into class with me on Thursday. But for this week and today for Scholastic News, I just wanted to add a little bonus to our government unit. You're going to go to Epic through Clever, and I have actually assigned a book to everybody called the United States Constitution. Okay, read that. There is no quiz that you need to take, but I will still see in Epic when I go in if you've read the book. All right, so I just want to make sure that you guys understand what the Constitution is, what our constitutional rights are, because that's very important as a United States citizen, that you know what a great country you live in because of a document like the Constitution. Very important. Once you get all that stuff done, you are done for the day. Okay. So just remember, try to get those assignments done by 4 o'clock so that I can give you attendance credit. Also, throughout the day, if you have questions or problems or anything like that, you are more than welcome to hit me up on GoGuardian or to email me. But just keep in mind, I am in the classroom with the Orange Group. I'm teaching. We're doing our thing in the classroom, just like I do my thing with you when you guys are in the classroom. So I might not be able to get back to you right away. And please make sure if you are hitting me up on GoGuardian, it is something that you really need to find out. Don't be sending me silly messages or, where you just type in letters and all of a sudden I go look at my GoGuardian and I have 25 messages from somebody, because that takes a lot of time for me. I have to go through and delete that. So please think about me, how hard we are working in the classroom with the other group. Definitely contact me on GoGuardian if you need me, but just please don't send me a bunch of nonsense stuff. I am so excited that we're going back to hybrid. So this is what your routine is going to be every day when you're at home. So make sure you do your assignments today. Make sure you do your assignments tomorrow. I will see you in class on Thursday. Remember, when you come in on Thursday, bring your Chromebook in your carrying case to keep it safe, and make sure your Chromebook is charged. I'm telling you now, okay? Make sure that if you still have your binder, that you're going to keep all of your materials in. Bring your binder back with you. If you don't have your binder, that's okay, but I don't have a new one to give you. Bring your handwriting book, your language arts notebook. If you have headphones, I do have those headphones in the classroom, remember, but they're not great and I don't have enough for every single person. So if you do have your own headphones, I would suggest bringing them into school. If you don't have headphones, I do have a pair that I can have you use while you're in school. Don't worry about, your crayons, your pencils, your whiteboard, your whiteboard markers, any of that stuff. Leave that stuff at home for our virtual day and your at home learning days. When you come into class on Thursday, I will have a little bag of pencils and erasers and fresh crayons and expo markers that you'll need. And you'll just keep that little pouch in the classroom in your cubby. Okay. I think that's it, my friends. I know I've been talking for a while. I can't wait to see you face to face. I'm super excited. Please make sure you get these assignments done by 4 o'clock, and I'll see you in a few days. Bye, guys.